So again, introducing myself, I'm Chandra Kumar, founder and CEO of WiselyWise Singapore. I'm going to take a master webinar for high school students, whom we fondly call as high schoolers. Okay. Yes, please do let us know which city are you from. Please do write in your chat which part of the world. We will be very happy to see. So yes, I do see Pune, Bangalore. Okay, do you Ahmednagar? Very good, superb. Okay, a lot of participation. Tokyo, wow. We do see again Prayagraj, Satara, Latur, Guntur. Thank you so much. Mysore, Durg. Okay, Bengaluru, Tokyo. A lot of my favorite cities. A lot of cities where I lived in earlier. Nagpur, cool. Got a lot of friends. Belagavi. Thank you so much for this, Ahmednagar. Okay, thank you, participants. Please do keep typing your thing. I'll move on to the next slide as we, go through this. Before we start, of course, we need to also understand what is going to be the experience of each of you. So I'm going to play a little video in terms of the artificial intelligence work we do with schools. Okay, and this should help you understand our efforts in the AI space.
What is AI? So before we even go into AI, what is intelligence?
We had a 2.5-day workshop here in GIS, and the whole purpose of this workshop was to get students here interested in what AI really means.
Overall, the bootcamp was a very enriching initiative and a very learning experience which was initiated by the GIS, and many more such bootcamps are openly welcome because students like us are eager to participate in bootcamps like this.
AI and machine learning is going to be the future. When I initially first received the email notification about this program, I had my own apprehension while I was curious about having this workshop here.
Overall, this experience was highly informative and enriching. I would definitely look forward to another workshop.
In future, I think that I will also go for the upgradation of this AI bootcamp if their school is providing to get more, because I think it is very informative.
I should thank the GIS principal, the team, the faculty who actually put up nice infrastructure. It's been a very smooth sailing, I should say. Though we actually worked literally night and day for this, the kids have been working late nights to develop the chatbot.
This AI bootcamp that we did this over 2.5.
Okay, so we did see this particular video more for the children out here to understand what it means to be learning artificial intelligence. Given the virus problem, of course, we can't do physical boot camps, which is why we now have these bootcamp experience as an online course for each of you. I would also want to warmly welcome the parents, teachers, principals. I understand many of you have joined. However, the focus of today's webinar is mainly the children, the school students. I understand again from many classes, they have all joined in. So today's agenda would be in terms of talking about us. We will talk about AI. We will see how we can make you as a mini AI expert in the next 1 hour's time. And how do you really get started with artificial intelligence? And of course, finally, in terms of how we can support you, right? I will keep this as a very, very general presentation. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. Don't get alarmed about how technical this whole presentation is going to be. The objective of this presentation is that each of you should really understand AI and its impact and how you can get started. So quick introduction on WiselyWise itself. We are a EdTech business. We focus on artificial intelligence. We built our own platforms to help students like yourself. Vaidehi ma'am gave a very nice introduction about myself. So I will move on in terms of my work profile. I have worked in some pretty interesting companies, right from Dell, IBM, Cognizant. In the previous 2 decades. Of course, you may be wondering how come this person is qualified to talk on artificial intelligence. I have gone ahead and got myself certified, and I do work on projects in artificial intelligence. MIT is the world's #1 university in artificial intelligence. You may have heard about it. Of course, I also talk a lot, especially keynotes in Singapore, India, and other countries. In terms of students, we have students training with us for the past 3 years or so. Our objective is to reach to about 300,000 students over the next 18 months. We are in Singapore, India, US, Thailand, and of course, students come to us from different boards, CBSE, ICSE, IB, IGCSE. So students, please type which boards of education you are coming from, CBSE, ICSE, IB, whatever it is. I would like to know so that I can also give you some tips around those particular boards. Wow, CBSE is off the block, SSC is off the block. Great, good, fantastic. Thank you so much. I would definitely address each of these boards as we keep moving forward. Okay, so just some pictures. We do train students right from 3rd standard onwards, 7th to 8th, 9th to 12th. So we have a wide variety of courses for each of you. We also work with disadvantaged youth from very poor backgrounds, youth who are physically challenged. We work with a lot of universities, and of course, I2IT is here, who we have a partnership for our AI courses. Their students go through us. The Leela Poonawalla Foundation students study our online courses, and of course, we have our AI labs in Pune in the I2IT campus as well. We have a lot of collaborations, a lot of nice logos you see out over here, right from Amazon to NIT to UiPath. We work with some pretty interesting companies. We also end customers. We are working with Kachar Cancer Hospitals. No, we have worked with Frost & Sullivan. So quite an interesting group of companies that we have worked with. Okay, what is the impact of AI? Now, quickly, I'm going to run a poll. Wait for your screens. I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think? Whether artificial intelligence will change our lives in a positive way, in a negative way, or neutral way. I'm going to run a poll. Give me a second. Okay, you should see the poll on you. Start voting. Do you think AI will impact our lives in a positive way, neutral or negative way? Let's see who's winning. Right now, it's in a positive way. Oh, neutral is taking over. Oh, that's like 35%, 60%. Okay, don't type in the chat. Please do go and vote. The voting has been opened up for all of you. You just have another 10 seconds to vote. I see almost everyone has voted except 20 or 30 of you. The race is quite close. Okay, we do have some people who do think, yes, it's going to affect us in a very negative way. I'm going to close the polling. You got exactly 5 more seconds. So let's do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to end the poll at this point of time, and the clear winner is artificial intelligence will change our lives in a positive way. About 4 of you think it will impact us in a very negative way, and 30 of you think that yes, it is going to impact us in a neutral way. I mean, you're not really sure at this point of time. Well, let's see how you change your minds as we keep moving forward. Okay, now let's look at the impact of AI and how I want children like yourself to think about AI. Do you know that more Indians die cleaning sewers than fighting terrorists in Kashmir? Not a very nice thing to happen. It's often called the deadliest job in India. Millions of workers die every year. They die because of exposure to toxic gases, infectious diseases, and social stigma. And when we go in our cars, our public transport, you will just cross over these people without even thinking for a second about the alarming conditions they work under. So as students, we want you to think about problems in society. So the bunch of students actually created a robot called Bandicoot. And because of this particular robot, you are seeing that no more lives are being lost. The whole mission is about changing manhole to robo-hole, and the productivity is also up. So as we actually keep going forward, we should understand that AI is not just a technology. It has terrific power in terms of changing our society for the good. Okay. Now, question to yourself, right? I know this is virus situation. A lot of issues are happening out. So please type in the chat. What do you want to really do? Do you want to see Netflix the whole day, or type, oh, I want to build the next Netflix? How productive am I going to use the next few months when I'm having a lot of time on my hand? Please do type in the chat so that we can see as to what you really want to prefer. How are you really motivated? Do you really want to just consuming things, or do you really want to be building AI and you really can become the owner of the next Netflix? Fantastic. Wow. Build Netflix for the dollars. Fantastic answers. Yes, of course, build Netflix. Fantastic. We are having hundreds of responses coming in. Thank you so much for the positive response. I hope by the end of the session, you will have a lot of inputs as to how you want to move forward. Cool. Thank you so much. Let me move on to the next slide in the interest of time. Thank you so much, children, for the participation. So how do I get started in AI, right? As we keep going forward, I will also show you how our course works from WiselyWise. So you are very clear as to how you can start building the next Netflix, okay? First step, of course, you can visit our site, get yourself registered for some of the free previews. So the site is available at ai.wiselywise.com. So I'll maybe Professor Rajesh can type it on the chat. So that is ai.wiselywise.com, and you can register yourself for some free previews, and you will have complete access to the online course to accessing it at any point of time. It's available 24 hours a day and night. It is available on any device, smartphones, iPads, Macs, laptops, computers. So that is step number one. Step number two, please choose your course on the site. You can click on any of those rectangular boxes you see on the website, and once you click on that, you have options to purchase that. I will show you later how you can purchase it, or you can actually buy it at a discount later on. But let's get started in terms of artificial intelligence itself. What at WiselyWise we firmly think is that each student should actually go through at least 10 modules. So these 10 modules, as you can see on the screen, right from introduction to artificial intelligence. Next, you should learn how AI is affecting our daily life. We will move on to actually understanding what are the basic concepts of artificial intelligence, what are the various roles of AI. Then we will go on to building AI, which is starting with conversational artificial intelligence. You should learn how to build chatbots, voice bots. Then you look at in module 6 about machine learning. Then you look at how you can actually convert our natural languages, whether it's English, it's Hindi, or for that matter, any other mother tongue you have, how that can be what you can call generated or processed using artificial intelligence. We look at more advanced topics like computer vision, where we help AI to see things like how humans are seeing things. Then we look at robotics, a very interesting concept usually for school students in terms of what are driverless cars, what are the experiments you can do in that. And of course, finally, to round off everything, we will also look at what is artificial intelligence in society, what bias and ethics does AI really exhibit, okay? So this particular course is available for all students on our site, and we will look at saying that what each of these modules look like over the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes, okay? And of course, please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A section. Professor Rajesh will answer it. I will also take up some questions as we keep going forward. We will also, of course, later on address any questions you may have via email. Please do write to us, okay, as we move forward. Now, let's look at what is the first one in terms of introduction to artificial intelligence. What is really AI? What is AI? A simple definition about AI is in terms of intelligence demonstrated by machines. Now, of course, students, you understand that what humans, like all of us, we display, it is called as natural intelligence, whereas AI is something that we program for computers or computing devices to show a similar form of intelligence, okay? Now, we will look at the biggest challenge in front of the artificial intelligence community, right? Usually, what do we think about AI is a system, a robot, which can think like a human, work like a human, maybe do cooking, maybe do shopping. And those sort of robots, what we see in movies, especially Hollywood movies, are called as AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. But in reality, the real AI right now available in the world today is called ANI, which is Artificial Narrow Intelligence. So let us look at the differences between AGI and ANI, okay? Now, when you look at AGI, in the 1960s, people actually developed a system called ELIZA, the AI doctor. You can, of course, access it at the link which is provided below. We can share the link later. Essentially, it was like a computer screen, and you can type in some commands and ask questions as if it is a doctor. But as you can see, the question and answers on the screen, it was not a really well-performing doctor. So essentially, when you say, hey, I have not been feeling well, it comes back with a very rude answer saying, don't you ever say hello. Then you are like, okay, hello. But then after that, it's very curt and says, hey, what would you like to discuss? So it was not a very successful AI which happened in the 1960s. However, in the recent years, AI has made a lot of advances. So AGI, as I said, is represented by what you can call as robots, walking robots, and robots which are killer robots, and robots which can do a lot of things. But in truth, AGI is not in the world today. It may take a few decades, maybe hundreds of years, or maybe never, because our human brain has obviously evolved over thousands of years, millions of years. Nobody really knows the actual date, right? So it will take quite a significant amount of time for us to create literally a clone of us as an AI. And essentially, we once we are very clear in terms of what AI is, we start looking at what is AI in our daily life. Okay, what is AI in our daily life? As you can see, we have multiple industrial revolutions till now. And I'm sure in school you have studied about mechanical production as the first industrial revolution, going on to the second industrial revolution around electricity, and the third one was around computers. And the current era is called as artificial intelligence industrial revolution. In fact, some experts actually call it as the new electricity. However, at the same time, you also read news articles like what you're seeing in BBC News at this point of time, that this robot automation will take over 800 million jobs. However, is that the truth? So in this particular course, we will actually look deeper in terms of each of these sort of concepts and how it's impacting us in our daily life. Okay. When I say daily life, of course, we will also look in terms of how AI is impacting jobs even in the government sector. So recently we had a news article from Indonesia where the top leadership decided to replace a lot of government jobs with artificial intelligence. We also see articles that in China, that the Chinese government is using artificial intelligence to actually correct students' exam papers. In Singapore, of course, which is where, of course, I also live, chatbots are becoming quite popular. In fact, the Singapore government, which is a very progressive government, has its own chatbot called Ask Jamie. So instead of you approaching a particular government department, physically taking the bus and going out to the building, you can actually ask questions from the comfort of your house, where the Jamie chatbot answers questions from citizens and provides those answers. So in this particular module, I will showcase some of the projects our students have done till now. So our students actually go ahead and create automatic videos using AI. I'm sure all of you would like to create fantastic videos without putting in a lot of effort, in terms of shooting videos and creating images. So we will teach you as to how artificial intelligence can help you create videos, and you will create actual videos. In fact, a lot of our students use this particular software and actually create videos for their internal school competitions and have been winning a lot of prizes. You will also be able to understand how do you use AI to create a website in less than 20 seconds. So you could what you can call impress your parents, your teachers, saying that compared to other people who are learning HTML, who are actually learning let's say JavaScript, and creating very complex websites, but they are taking several days, maybe even a few weeks to create a website, AI can actually help you create your favorite website in less than 20 seconds. So that is something that we cover in this particular module in our course. There are a lot of hands-on experiments. I put some screenshots for you to have a look at it. You also will be able to create your own chatbot. So you are seeing a screenshot of a chatbot which was created by one of our students. Essentially, the student wanted to have a chatbot which will be like a friend. So you could actually chat with it. It can tell you a joke, or it can you can ask it a question in one of the subjects. It can answer it back. So you can actually prepare your own favorite chatbot using the content that we teach in our course. Okay. We will look at then in terms of saying that what are the various terms and definitions. I'm sure in school there's a lot of theory which is being taught, of course, even in colleges and universities. However, what we in the WISE Central course, what we will attempt to do is we will want to look at what is the roles of AI, a very different approach we want to look at, right? So what is actually the role of AI? So an artificial intelligence system can be like a peer. So if you look at a definition of a peer, of course, you can type in the chat what you understand by a peer. I would be happy to answer your questions around that. Please do use the chat. What do you understand when I say a peer, right? We actually have MIT Technology Review, the images from their periodical, where it says that artificial intelligence is officially better than radiologists, which is doctors, in diagnosing X-rays. Now, of course, it does not mean that we will replace doctors. We are actually looking at people who are, yes, Megha says it could be a classmate. We are having Vedika saying, yes, it's a similar group. People, Samruddhi saying, yes, it's of a same age. And we have Raji saying, yes, it could be a colleague. Yes, all of those answers are correct. So a doctor could work with another AI, which is a colleague of theirs, and use the help of an AI to better diagnose the X-rays, especially for critical conditions like cancer. So I'll give you an example, right? We are working on a project for Kachar Cancer Hospital in Assam in India, and they have a problem that there are not enough doctors in the northeastern part of India. So how can artificial intelligence help? So we have people whose X-rays are taken, thousands of X-rays, and the artificial intelligence system can actually read through these X-rays and come with a certain amount of what you can call conclusions looking at these X-rays. This helps save a lot of time for the doctors who can actually look at the findings of the artificial intelligence and come with certain diagnosis for their patients. In effect, what we are saying is we are not using AI to replace doctors. We are only using AI as a friend, as a colleague to help these doctors as they keep going about doing their task. And this becomes very important in areas where there are not enough doctors, there are not enough of radiologists or enough hospitals or even X-ray machines, right? So this is a real life project as to how we are implementing AI for Kachar Cancer Hospital. AI can be a tool, right? For example, in our course, we talk about tools which help improve grammars for school students. And it's quite embarrassing, right? If you're actually writing an essay and you're about to submit it and there are some grammar errors, and if you submit it, there are chances that you lose the competition. Or you're doing a school essay in history and you would want AI to actually help correct your grammar as you keep going forward, right? So AI can be thought of as a tool for your school projects or international competitions, right? We also look at where AI can be a friend. Now, the whole purpose of having artificial intelligence is to say how AI can improve our life. So I'm going to run a quick video on this. Don't worry if it's lagging or if the audio is not so very good, because we understand there are hundreds of people on the session today. But this is more to impress upon you that such systems do exist. So this particular chatbot is actually called Replica, and it has actually made friendships with 2.5 million people, which is roughly about 25 lakhs as per the Indian numerical system, right? So let me run the video, just have a quick look at how Replica actually talks to its friends. Okay, so how many of you would want to have a friendship with Replica? Say yes, no, or I don't like on the chat. So let me see if you really appreciate having an AI as a friend rather than just humans. Okay, yeah, Aishwarya says yes, Arya says yes, Shravan says yes, Prathamesh says yes. Okay, oh, the names are running. So Komal, oh, somebody says no. oops, I just missed the name. Shruti says yes, Riya says yes, Chanchal, Neha, oh, Shanayu says no, okay. Laya says yes here, Bhavna says yes, Sandeep says yes. Thank you so much. Of course, if you are trying to go to Replica site and trying to make friendship, please, of course, take guidance from your parents, because, of course, at the end of the day, these are third-party systems. So you should not blindly go and give your details to all these AI systems. Okay. So this is more for your understanding as to how you can yourself build a similar sort of a chatbot. Great. Yes, Vashu. Yes, you would like to create a replica. We will help you develop a replica for yourself once you go through our course. Cool. AI can also be your assistant. Now, how can AI be your assistant, right? We looked at AI as a peer, we looked at AI as a tool, and there are many cases where we just want somebody to help us do our tasks and without really bothering us too much. So I'm going to actually show you a video of Google's CEO Sundar Pichai. Of course, you all would have heard about Sundar Pichai by now. And look at how Google Assistant is being used as an assistant, right? I mean, I know I'm sounding it 2 times, Google Assistant as an assistant, but the role of AI is an assistant, and Google has named their AI also as assistant. Okay, so let's look at this particular video and see how it can actually help.
As I said earlier, our vision for our assistant is to help you get things done. It turns out a big part of getting things done is making a phone call. You may want to get an oil change schedule, maybe call a plumber in the middle of the week, or even schedule a haircut appointment. You know, we are working hard to help users through those moments. We want to connect users to businesses in a good way. Businesses actually rely a lot on this, but even in the US, 60% of small businesses don't have an online booking system set up. We think AI can help with this problem. So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have a 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
So as you can see, we have an AI actually booking a haircut appointment with a salon. There could be multiple other ways that an assistant could help you, correct? So in our course, of course, when we do the chatbots and voice bot, especially around Alexa, so we have a partnership ongoing with Amazon in India, where we are actually helping people build voice bots. We will teach you also how to build your own assistant, right? Essentially a voice bot. So we saw a chat bot, we saw a voice bot. So all of them come under this category of assistants, right? So how great it would be in terms of actually having your own personal assistant to do a lot of these sort of boring tasks as we move forward. Okay, now AI can also be a manager. Now you are in school, you may not understand what's the concept of a manager. You're not really reporting to somebody. However, in simple terms, a manager is usually your boss. Okay, somebody who actually determines everything on your behalf, basically tells what you need to do. So I'm going to take the example of a driverless car. Because in a driverless car, all you have to do is sit inside the car, and the car basically does all the decisions for you. You may just say, okay, I want to go to a particular destination, but the complete decision making is taken up by the AI system, right? So let's look at again a quick video in terms of how this is coming into our daily life.
Are you serious?
There it is.
Oh my gosh. You guys, there's nobody driving this car.
There's nobody in that. I'm Nick Campusano.
I'm Kristen Campusano. We have 4 boys. We have our hands full all the time. Grocery shopping is probably my biggest chore of the week.
I'm Rosemary Nava, and I'm 81. I do get busy. I'm still working part-time, and so I could see that ordering something and being delivered here would be wonderful.
I'm Aruna.
And I'm Anita.
I'm an artist musician. I don't like to go to the store.
It's like a cute robot came down the street and delivered our groceries for us. It's an actual car.
And it has lights?
Yep.
I have never seen a self-driving car before. This is a first experience for me.
I went and touched the screen. I put my pin in.
And the doors opened. It was so simple. I thought it was exciting. My dog, Jack, thought it was exciting.
You guys were the first ones to get donuts out of a robot.
Convenience is the future, right? We literally ordered food online and it just rolled up, but there's no driver inside. Oh, that's wild.
Wow.
But check it out.
Once we were done getting our groceries, the doors closed. It said goodbye and drove off.
It was a friendly car. The price of delivery is so reasonable, something I can well afford.
To be part of the first one.
It's awesome. I love being ahead of technology.
This is exciting. This is the future.
I hope one day this is all over the world. And this is only the beginning.
Okay, so you saw how a driverless car operates, and it is essentially a manager, and it makes all the decisions. Okay. So before we move on to the next one in terms of what are the basic concepts of AI applications, which of these roles do you think you like? Please do type in the chat. Remember the roles, what we mentioned: peer, assistant, tool, manager. I would like to see your answers on the chat. Okay. Vashu says assistant, Prisha says assistant, Shravan says peer, Isha says peer and assistant, Shinev says manager. Oops, I'm having a tough time actually trying to keep up with all your answers. Anand says manager, Durga says assistant, Amir says assistant, Shreya says assistant. Wow, everybody would like an assistant. Samruddhi says manager. Well, you don't know what you're asking for. All the three. Okay. Mega says assistant manager. Sandeep says assistant. Cool. Thank you. Keep typing in, and I know we will get back to all of these things. So let's look at how in our course we're going to teach the basic concepts, right? What we will go through in the basic concepts is the concepts around 4 of the main applications. One is conversational artificial intelligence, which is the chatbots and voice bots. Second, we will look at concepts around natural language processing, which is things like Google Translate. The third is machine learning. The fourth is around robotics. So that would be in terms of understanding the concepts. So that would be in this particular module. Okay. Let's go on to a more deeper understanding about some of these applications. We'll start with conversational artificial intelligence. Okay. So what is conversational artificial intelligence? Conversational AI is typically called the development of software programs that allow a computer to understand what a human intends to say. Okay, so essentially we are trying to make an AI system talk like us or converse like us. And while of course we are talking in English, please do understand AI systems are becoming available in all the languages, which is everything from your mother tongue to a lot of other languages which is out there. Okay. Now we also, when we look at conversational AI, we refer to the use of messaging apps, speech-based assistants, chatbots. All of these actually put together make conversational AI. So essentially, we're looking at chatbots and voice bots. Okay, so children, can you identify what are the various chat systems which are out over here? Of course, we have WhatsApp, WeChat, Viber, Telegram, Line. Can you mention the names of the others? I have not put the names of others out there. Snapchat, Messenger, we still have some more things missing. Skype, yes, still something is missing. What is missing out here? Yeah, of course, WhatsApp is mentioned on the slide. Instagram, correct. The favorite. Email, okay, cool. Instagram, cool. Hike, fantastic, yes, right answers. Facebook, it's Facebook Messenger. WeChat, cool. Google Messenger, okay. And how many of you have one of the systems which is mentioned below? Amazon Alexa, Google's Assistant, Microsoft Cortana. Which of these do you own in your house today? Okay, I see Cortana, Siri, okay, cool. Fatima says WhatsApp, Isha says Google and Siri, cool. Okay, Apple Siri, Uma says, okay. Wow, the answers are good, quite fast. Thank you so much for the participation. Yes, these assistants have become part of our life, right? So we do need to know how we can actually develop this. So let's look at a chatbot that we have developed in WiselyWise for our purposes, and you will be able to also understand as to how you can develop a similar chatbot. Okay, so in WiselyWise, we use chatbots to be our salespeople. If you go to our website, wiselywise.com, you will see 2 chatbots there. They help us actually sell our services, our training courses, and also interact with our customers. So in the school context, you can actually have chatbots which are helpful for you. Okay. Yes, Luba, you're saying voice is slow. I hope everyone else can hear my voice correctly. If you're facing any issues, of course, put it on chat and we should be able to improve it. Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation, Luba. Okay, so our student who went through our artificial intelligence course, she went on to create an AI chatbot to fight monophobia. You're seeing on the screen. And she calls her chatbot as your neighbor next door. And even I was pleasantly surprised. She actually studied in 10th standard before she developed her chatbot. Okay, now this particular chatbot, of course, you can actually have a look at it as we move forward. You can also visit this particular your neighbor next door, and you can actually interact with this particular bot. So I'm just giving you an example of a student project which was created after going through our particular course. Okay. Now, we will look at machine learning as the next module, right, which is available, of course, as part of our course. So what is machine learning? Andrew Ng, who runs Coursera, basically says machine learning is the science of getting computers to act without being explicitly programmed. I'm sure many of you are what you can call learning programming in your school, and you are actually learning things like Java, Python, HTML, right? You will understand that when you get into AI, in AI, we don't actually sit down and really program like how we do computer programming. Okay. Now here we will get computers to learn. You will train the computers to learn rather than actually program it. Okay. So MIT says it is a discipline. Machine learning is a discipline to actually use computer programs that learn from experience. Now in a parlance of an AI, experience is more in terms of what you can call data, real world data, right? And also machine learning, it automates the process of finding the solution from examples. We don't actually give the solution directly, right? So for example, you can feed it a bunch of photographs and ask it to recognize what photo is out over there, right? So we will take a very classical dog versus cat problem. So how many of you can recognize the breeds of cats and dogs out over here? Please put in your chat. I have not put the names of these breeds out over here, but let me see if you are able to find out from yourself. So I see pug there. Okay, what other dogs are there? Yeah, pug is already answered. What are the remaining two dogs? Labby, Labrador, Golden Retriever. Okay, cool. You got all the answers. What about the cats? Let's move on to the cats. Persian, okay. That seems to be the only answer. Okay, so essentially what you could, as human being, you can understand these are dogs, what are cats, just by looking at images. But please understand, a computer cannot understand what is a dog or cat. As far as it is concerned, this particular set of images are just a bunch of pixels, right? You know, computer screens, right? The images, digital images are made up of pixels. So what we have to do is we have to feed thousands and thousands of images of cats and dogs, and the computer over a period of time finds a pattern, to put it in a very simple language, as to what is a dog and what is a cat image. But even then, AI cannot really say this is a pug image or this is a Labrador or a Persian cat image, right? So essentially what we are looking at is saying that we cannot program a particular computer to recognize every image, because a dog can be in a certain pose, a cat can be blinking its eyes, or it can actually be looking the other side, right? So that is why we say that artificial intelligence cannot really think like humans, and it can only be very efficient at certain types of problems. Okay. Now, a very more complex diagram, especially for school students. So essentially how machine learning works is you actually prepare a lot of data. And from this data, the AI actually extracts lots of features and then finally comes with its predictions. Please understand, an AI never gives you absolute answers. It can only predict an answer. For example, it can say it is a dog, or it can say, I think it is an 80% probability it is a pug. That's all it can say. So when we do a machine learning project, you have to go through these 3 steps, which is essentially about preparing data, extracting features, and coming with certain predictions. Okay. So here is a example of an app. I would strongly recommend you can actually download this particular app. It is from Microsoft. It's called as the Math app. So this particular app, you can actually use it to help you solve equations. It can come with the exact steps for a particular equation, even show you graphs. Okay. Now, of course, I don't think this will be allowed for you to use in your class tests or your exams or board exams. But this is very helpful for you to just play around with, and maybe show it a paper where a particular equation is being scribbled, and you can actually what you can call get the answers to all of this. Okay, so you can, after this particular webinar, play around with this particular app. This is available free of cost from Microsoft, as I understand. Yes, Kavyashree, you have that app. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Yes, Aina says, yeah. Yes, Google Lens, Luba, yes, maybe I've not seen it, but yes, if it is there, that's great. Aisha says, can you explain in Hindi? Right now, since we have a international audience, I've restricted at this point of time, but of course, feel free later on. We are more than happy to explain to you in a way that you could really understand. Okay, so the name Mega is asking, so it's called as a math app. Okay, you can of course search it on the Play Store, or as I understand on the Apple Store. You should be able to get it. It is from Microsoft. Okay, please don't download any other app, because this is specifically from Microsoft. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, feedback please. How do you find it so far? It's too technical, it is too basic, too shallow. I have become an AI expert now. Please type in the chat. So accordingly, I will adjust my speed and my technicalities as we move on to the next set of applications of AI. Please do write on your chat. How do you find it so far? Is it too technical? Is it too basic? It is, oh, I become an AI expert. Okay, Shreya says it's too technical. Okay, it's technical but good, says somebody. Somebody says it's too basic. Yes, we have to address everybody. I guess it's too basic. Yes, good. Some people say basic. I'd like to see some code. Okay, yes, Aryan, we will start seeing some code. We are not going to write any code here. Okay, somebody says it is basic. Cool. Yes, the whole purpose is for you to have an understanding about AI. It is about for you to register in this course and then go on to the course where we will help you actually develop all these projects. So this is not a workshop. So hopefully this webinar is more focused in terms of helping everybody with both technical as well as non-technical backgrounds to actually understand AI. Okay, good. Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. Okay, so let's look at the next set of topics, natural language processing, or NLG. So what is NLG, right? It is an AI which focuses on getting computers to understand, create human languages as well as a normal human. Okay, so NLP is very good for spam detection. So if you're using Gmail, you will find that Gmail automatically detects spam and puts in the spam folder. So it is using an AI. You can use AI to do grammar checking, and we will introduce certain tools for you when you actually register for our course as to how you can use it for grammar checking. It can actually be very good in machine translation. I'm sure some of you are using Translate from Google, and you're actually going to say where it's progressing in terms of sentiment analysis, and where it is hard is in terms of answering questions. Okay, now it cannot really answer questions as fast as each of you are doing. Okay, a competition for each of you. Look at carefully the two stories which are on your screen right now. You are seeing story number 1 and story number 2. This is about Walt Disney, right? I don't have to introduce Walt Disney to you. So this story is about Walt Disney. But can you tell me in your chat which of this story was written by an AI and which of this story was written by a human journalist? Take a few seconds and please answer in the chat. Isha says story 1, Arya says story 2, story 1 says Kavya, Shri, Vaishnavi says story 1. Okay, Ashna says 1, Sadia says 1, Vashu says 1. Okay. Okay, why do you think it is story number 1? For those of you who are saying it's story number 1, please give me the reasons. Please type in the chat, not just tell me the answer. If you're saying story 2, why? If you're saying story 1, why? Ria says story 1, Omkar says story 1, but why? Ananya says why? 1, yes. Yes, Julie says it's more technical. Siddesh says it has more numbers, lot of data. Quite smart answers. Okay, Vedang says gives us end-to-end information, is clear in value, says someone. Projekta says yes, it's exact figures. The analytics, it has more information, says Bhavya. Absolutely. So children who said story number 1, yes, absolutely, because you can see from the language it is very, very impersonal, whereas story number 2 is written by a human journalist. Okay, thank you so much. So you would be very surprised to see a lot of the news that you're reading today online on a lot of websites, including Reuters or CNN. Many of them actually use AI to write many of these stories. So which is why we say don't believe everything which is online, because many of that could actually be fake news. Okay, now in the interest of time, let's move on to the next module which you would be learning in this course. So computer vision. So essentially you all know by now that computer vision is basically a high level of understanding from digital images, how computers can actually get this understanding from digital images or videos. So you are very familiar with the video we are seeing on screen, where a computer can actually look at images and come with a prediction as to whether it's a car, a person, or is seeing bananas, or maybe a set of plants, right? So computer vision is all about how you help computers, or for that matter AI systems, to visually see like how humans are seeing. So let me take a quick poll. Let me see if the poll is available. So what do you think is happening in the picture? Please answer. Are you thinking the farmer is actually showing a live feed on Instagram using the drone? Drone is spraying pesticides, or animals are being tracked? What do you think is happening? You have exactly 10 seconds to answer. So let's do the countdown. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll at this point of time. Most of you, more than 90% of you actually have got the answer right. Yes, the drone is actually spraying pesticides, which is why we say that all the AI systems should have what you can call this sort of computer vision systems installed. Okay, let's look at the most interesting one, especially for school students, is around robotics. We'll look at concepts of driverless cars in our course, right? We are showing you the video of a Tesla car. You can see the driver is not driving, but how exactly does a car use computer vision, machine learning, to actually drive through all these obstacles and on roads? So we will look at these concepts in our course as we actually move forward. So what exactly is a robot, right? Many of us know that robots are just devices, but fundamentally robots are programmable mechanical devices is the exact definition. They actually take their inputs through sensors. They impact the world through actuators, which is either the hands or the wheels, as you see in the picture. It can have different shapes, right? It can be a human, it can be a car, it can be a toy, and it has a body which has all of this, right? Computation, sensing, actuation, communication. And of course, the brain is what we call as the algorithm or software, which scientists or AI experts actually program inside a robot. So that's what we mean by robots. Finally, we'll also look at what is AI in society, right? We are worried about whether humans, don't apply posters will come up, right? The robots are going to take all our jobs. So let's look at what are the jobs which will actually be replaced. We are going to look at jobs like customer support or security guards being taken over by AI, whereas the jobs you see on the right hand of the x-axis, like CEO's jobs, M&A expert, or artist jobs, will all be in the future. We will see new types of jobs coming up, which is everything from remote tutors, concierge social workers. All of them are new jobs which are going to come up, and jobs which require compassion, right? We are looking at a future where it is not just about AI replacing humans. We are looking at a future where it is going to be AI and humans, or humans plus AI is going to be the future. So let's look at some of the jobs that AI will create in our course. We will look at jobs like context designer, AI usefulness strategist, machine relations manager. So hopefully these will be the jobs that students like yourself will take up in the future. We also are looking at emerging jobs which are being posted. We are looking at jobs in 2020 itself. Almost all the jobs which are coming up are all artificial intelligence based. So I just put a list of 15 jobs which I got from the Australian Job Board for 2020. Okay, so in the interest of time, let's look at whether you have become an expert. So on the screen you are seeing about 6 of the AI applications. I'm sure many of you are using these. Can you describe what you're seeing on the screen, the image, and what corresponding AI application it is? And let's see whether you have become an AI expert by now. Okay, we are seeing Google search. First answer has come. Netflix recommendation system. Second answer has come. Assistants, of course, it's Alexa. Okay, what else is there? It's not Amazon Prime, it's Netflix. Search engines, voice assistants. Yes, drones are there, but what do these drones use? Robotics. Fantastic. The applications of AI. But what are those? Are these machine learning, conversational AI? What are these? We just went through 4 of those applications. Yeah, what is driverless car? Arya, what do you mean by that? Does it fall under robotics? Does it fall under conversational AI? Okay, so in the interest of time, Netflix, what you're seeing out here uses machine learning. You're seeing driverless cars, of course, it falls under robotics. Of course, you see robots here, which have a combination of machine learning and robotics. Drones use computer vision and deep learning. Alexa assistants under conversational AI, and Google search and Google Translate falls under natural language generation or processing. Okay, cool. Okay, some of the myths. Sorry, I just moved one slide fast. Give me a second. Some of the myths which are there, AI is equal to coding. Now, please understand AI is just not coding. That's why we don't only emphasize on coding. We want the basics to be learned, the concepts, before you actually go into coding like Python or whatever, right? I can learn AI from free courses. Please understand that most of the free courses, the quality and things, nobody can really guarantee out over here. Most of the content has been created several months or several years back. And there's no doubt clearing and support which comes from these AI courses. And also, please understand, I want each student to know, even if you are not a computer science student, even if you are not a technical student, AI is for everyone, because it will change every job and industry. And also, it is important to start learning AI in schools, because governments have started introducing AI, because AI is seen as the next industrial revolution. Okay, so just to recap, once you register for our course online, these are the 10 modules you will learn. I showed you a sample in terms of what are the learnings for each of these. For going into more details and more in depth, you would actually be able to take this course. So AI, of course, is meant, Aisha, it is artificial intelligence. So for the sake of simplicity, we keep saying AI, but wherever I say AI, it refers to artificial intelligence. Thank you so much on this. So essentially, our AI for school students course, it is starting now. You have the option of completing in 3 months or 6 months or 8 months. You will have live support classes. We recommend about 2 to 3 hours of effort only every week. And once you register for this online, you will get complete access to this course. We are also looking at weekend live classes. We are looking at giving you a very highly structured course, so you actually become a wizard in artificial intelligence. There's going to be a lot of quizzes and hands-on information which is out over there. You will get a digital completion certificate. Professor Rajesh, you can actually start putting the link for the registration for this particular course. The subscription starts at low as $35 per month, so you can actually complete it very fast, and you don't have to extend it for several months. That way you save a lot of money in terms of actually joining for these courses. You can get the link. Professor Rajesh will put it out onto the chat. Okay. What you really get out of this subscription is an complete access to this course. At any point of time, you can access this course. Everything is online. Discussion support is online, and all the updates to the course are given free of cost for you. Okay. So how do you really learn? There are going to be a lot of videos, documents, experiments, examples, which will be part of this particular course. Hopefully you will get a very strong foundation in AI. You can create your own digital portfolio, like how other students have created it, chatbots, voice bots. You get your own digital certificate. And of course, we have given some internships to students in Singapore for some very successful students. Of course, we could, sort of extend this whole thing. What have our students really achieved? We actually have a student, we went on to win the Google Hackathon in Singapore after the training from this particular artificial intelligence course. So you can see Dr. Rajesh has shared a tiny URL link. Please use that to register for this particular course. Okay. We have students across international arena who actually have done demo days. They have been placed also as they move forward. Okay, so there are two options. One, yes, you can actually go into the site and use a coupon code. It is high school 35 to purchase your course, or you can use the link what is being actually mentioned on your panel right now on your chat system. Please copy that and get yourself registered. We will also send these details via email. Okay. This is a sample digital certificate that you would get at the end of your course. Of course, the design might be different, but this is just to give you a information as to how the certificate looks. So, of course, you can always contact us at any point of time, and you can actually contact us through the emails that we have been sending it out over to you. At this point of time, since we are very close to closing the webinar, just a couple of quick questions I'm going to answer. I see some of you have put some questions. So first question is, governments just decide our future to reap benefits of a revolution? Well, it's a very complex topic. So you have to go through the course to understand how this sort of government regulations actually impact artificial intelligence, right? Somebody says, well, a security guard is not well educated. They may not be able to complete these job application, losing his job. Well, unfortunately, we have to take care of all those people as we move forward. But the fundamental truth is you cannot fight against technology. Okay. So it is something that we all have to come together with empathy and compassion. Abhijit is asking, will AI take over the world and rule on humans? Well, if all of us are well educated in this, how we are going to allow it to take over is left to us. Sadia is asking, can you tell us how AI is going to help us in the future? Of course, we looked at a lot of ways it can be our assistant or tool. So we have to start using AI. Already all of you are using AI. You're using Google search, which is powered by AI. You're using Alexa, Siri, or any of this. All of them are AI. You're looking at Netflix. Netflix is an AI system. So AI is all around us. We just have to be aware of it and then start learning about it and develop our own AI systems, right? Abhijit is asking, my kid is in 10 years old in grade 3 IGCSE. He's interested. Can he do it? Well, yes, we have age specific courses. You can choose this particular course for the grade 3 students on our site. Please do write to us. We can send you those links specifically for that. Given it's a webinar, we are not being able to share those links, but of course via email, we can definitely send that. Arya is asking, do you need programming experience in learning AI? My firm answer is no. Programming, as I said, is just one job which is there as part of AI. There are a lot of other things which we teach. For example, when we help you build your chatbots or voice bots, we don't emphasize on coding at all. You just don't require programming. In the future, you can develop a chatbot if you really want. You can learn programming and develop those. But please understand, AI is part of our life. This is when we call it as the next industrial revolution, and AI is the new electricity. This is like saying that, you know what, when I need to buy a car, am I supposed to manufacture that car? No, obviously not. You just need to know how to drive a car. So similar like that, you have to learn how to use AI. Anonymous person has asked, what's the application of AI in medicine? I just showed you how we are using machine learning, computer vision in terms of diagnosing cancer. So a lot of applications of AI is coming out in medicine. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, can we design any app? Shreya is asking. Yes, of course, you can actually convert your mobile apps and make it more powerful using AI. In fact, the chatbot systems, which we just showed, all of them are app-based systems, and you can easily use AI to improve that. You can use AI to build apps also, but of course, as I said, for all of that, you'll have to register for the courses. Dviti Priya Pada is asking, is AI available in universities as undergraduate programs? I'm not aware of any particular sort of an undergraduate program only focused on AI, but as I understand, most of the undergraduate programs are slowly actually introducing AI. In fact, in I2IT, we have options for the students to actually enroll in the courses with WiselyWise, and they can start with the basics of AI and they go on to actually learn more advanced courses. Can AI help disabled people? Yes, of course. There are a lot of applications which are actually helping people. Again, as I said, we will give more examples of such things in our AI course. Suhas is asking what's the role of AI in astronomy. So if you look at AI being used in NASA, it's being used in the Mars rover, the drone systems, the actual satellites, and of course the rover systems. All of them are AI systems. I hope that answered your question. Can AI be used to battle some situations like what we are facing currently? If you actually look at it, the first information that the COVID virus, the coronavirus is spreading so rapidly was actually first given by an artificial intelligence company before any other government agency actually mentioned that. You can Google for it, you will find those details online. Somebody is asking Instagram will be in private. I didn't understand that question clearly. You could answer, sorry, type it again. What can you do as a job in grade 10? Luba is asking, well, of course, you can learn AI, maybe develop apps, maybe develop AI systems. In fact, some of our students have gone ahead and created AI-based websites for their school. Somebody is asking, shouldn't AI be targeted to help people who lose their jobs? Well, of course, we should help everyone. AI is definitely a big answer to that. Any specific educational background required to enroll? No. The answer is no. As long as you are comfortable in terms of using a laptop or a smartphone, you can log into any system, like logging into your email. You should be able to run this particular course. Can AI be used in military services? Of course, AI can be used in military services. It's already being used. You would have seen the drones being used in the war in the Middle East. How do we build an app? Well, Luba, we have different courses for that, not as part of this particular course. Okay. How can AI help disabled forms in the forms of what? For example, when we are looking at Google Translate, when we are looking at voice assistants to help elderly people, maybe even use robots to actually help people move from one part to the other. Yes, AI can be there. How many years it takes to become an expert in AI? Okay, Shreya, I think you're already a mini expert today. You can showcase your knowledge to many people. Once you go through our course, you will become even better of an expert. But really become an expert, I think the answer is it is lifelong, because the field is developing almost on a daily basis. Can data be mishandled through AI? Yes, of course. So you have to be very careful when you are sharing your data. Julie is asking, I want to learn coding. Where should I start? Well, the answer is not as part of this course, but of course we have separate coding courses. You may want to write to us and understand where those things can be done. Okay. Can AI help scientists? Ananya is asking. Yes, of course, it can help scientists. There are multiple ways, right from checking out the data which is out over there. What programming language is used to design conversational bot? We are looking at Python. We are looking at Node.js. But to get started, you don't require to know any programming at all. Okay. When will be the next session? I think we have a session on May 4th. You can register it. It's again available on the Eventbrite site, or you can write to us. We'll get you registered for that. Can you resend the coupon code? Let me see if I can type this here. It is High School 35. Just give me a second. I'm just typing it as I'm talking to you. And of course, you can use the particular link also. Wow, a lot of questions, and we are literally 10 minutes out of our time, but in the interest of time, I can take only a few more questions. If for the rest of you, if I have missed answering any of your questions, as I said, please do write an email to us. You can always approach any of us, and we will be able to write back to us. Okay. Sadia is asking, what about jobs being lost, people losing jobs? That's an unfortunate case, but we have to work together as a society to ensure that the impact is reduced or minimized for all these people. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the link has to be filled for you to get access to the course, and this particular coupon code is being given to you so that you can actually get the benefit of a lower price. Although the price is very high if you directly go to the site and you purchase the course, and this code is available only for this webinar. That's the only reason we are giving this code, as well as this link to you to answer some of your questions. Okay. Okay. How can we build a conversational bot without knowing coding? Well, Nikita, that's the answer we will give to you when you register for our course. There are a lot of bots, a lot of voice bots which our students have developed. I showed you some examples. That's where the magic is there. Vedang says it's invalid coupon. I'm not sure why it is saying to you. I don't know. Are you applying it to the 9 to 12 course, or you are applying for other courses? Because it is only for the 9 to 12 course. Vedang, if you want for other what you can call courses, can you please write to this particular email ID? Any of you who would want different coupons for different courses, please write to eva@wiselywise.com, or of course you can write to Professor Rajesh as well. His email ID also has been shared. I hope it is not too much work for Professor Rajesh, right? So the coupon code was meant only for the high school student, but please Saina, please write to eva@wiselywise.com. We will resend the codes for you for your specific course. Please also mention which course you would want to register for. I hope that is okay. What do you, somebody from a phone call Redmi is asking, is it compulsory? What is compulsory for you to take the course? Of course not. We want students to be happy doing the course. If you like the webinar, you like the content, and you would like to actually go ahead and learn things, build your bots, build your website, build your videos, the only way for you to do that is to actually register for this course. Okay, Luba, you're asking, send the email for next session. You got to register for that, Luba. So you will have to write to us and then ask, I can't register you from this particular what you can call webinar. Could you please write to eva@wiselywise.com with your further queries for registration for the next session, for the coupon codes, and what courses you want to and also, of course, if any of your friends, family, cousins, anybody would want to actually register, we are more than happy to register you. Of course, Professor Rajesh also has typed his email ID. You can write to either of these email IDs. Both of us are more than happy to help you. And of course, we would be more than happy to answer your questions. So I hope I have answered some of your questions. AI prone to hacking, Sankalp? Yes, it is prone to hacking, which is why you got to learn AI in a more deeper sense. AI will be help in forensic lab, of course, Shreya. There's a lot of AI applications in the area, in the region of forensics. Somebody is asking, the name is not coming, it's a numeric thing. How can we learn AI if we can't afford it but really interested? Please do write to eva@wiselywise.com and we will see how we can help you. Shreya is asking, is data science related to AI? I wouldn't say data science is related to AI. It's a big topic by itself, but data is key for both the data science field as well as to AI. Now, data science has its own objectives, AI has its own objectives, so there might be overlap between these two fields, but I wouldn't really say it's like sort of related or whatever. Okay. Afreen, yes, next session is on May 4th, 10 a.m. India time again. Next session, Vashu, is a repeat of this session, but if you would like different sort of topics, please write to us. We will consider, depending upon participation, as to whether we can take next topics. And if you would like to attend like an online workshop or any of your feedback, please do write to us. Okay. Okay, so I think with that, let's wrap up today's session. Thank you so much. I hope you got all our email IDs. Please do write to us. Thank you so much for being such an enthusiastic participant. Stay home, stay safe. Let's save lives together. Thank you so much, and I hope to meet up with you in our course. And thank you so much. Bye to each of you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.